They've searched the home she shared with her boyfriend. They've searched the lake near their house. But when it comes to finding Northern California mother of four Stacey Smart, every search has been a dead end. And if you ask Stacey's family, her boyfriend Tony may know more than he's letting on.
You don't have a girlfriend living with you, a boyfriend living with you, and just wake up one day and say, oh, I don't know where they're at. Really? It doesn't work like that.
Then, after weeks of unsuccessful search efforts, Stacey's family gets a visit from someone claiming to know more, reportedly one of Tony Brand's own friends.
There was a woman that came to our house that said he had told her he had put her somewhere. I can't go into specifics, but we had her call our private detective. He taped the whole conversation, gave it to the police department. They interviewed her several times.
A shocking allegation that Tony's lawyer told Crime Watch Daily had no merit, but Deputy Sheriff Joshua Ford confirms they are investigating it. Do you find that valid?
I have spoken to that individual on 2 separate occasions, and that is some information that the Sheriff's Office has been looking into. It very well could be a very important piece of circumstantial evidence to this particular case. I can't really discuss too much about it.
But there was someone else we hoped would be willing to discuss, the man standing right in the middle of the mystery, Tony Brand himself.
Oh, hi. Is Tony Brand's residence here?
No, it's not his residence, but he is here.
Oh, I'm with Crime Watch Daily, Melissa. I would love to speak with him for a few minutes about Stacey.
He said he'd like you to talk to his lawyer.
Here's the thing. I want to just talk to him and get his side of the story, his version, because I sat down with the family, and obviously you know how they feel. We want to hear from him.
Right.
Anything he wants to say.
Can you just come in, you by yourself, for a moment?
Though we weren't allowed to record inside, I met Tony face to face, and surprisingly, he told me the only reason he wouldn't talk to us on camera was because his lawyer advised against it. So I got the attorney on the phone to make our case for equal time. But once again, he declined. That's when Tony walked me out of the front door.
I suggest you turn the camera off.
And with that, our brief meeting was over.
Tony was very respectful. He let us inside. He talked to us for quite a while. I spoke with his attorney on the phone. When it comes down to it, they just want to do this in a written statement. His attorney said that he is grieving along with the family. So now we're just going to leave the property and be respectful and wait for that statement.
And not long after that, the attorney did give Crime Watch Daily the following. Tony was in a loving, intimate relationship with Stacey, which ended with as much mystery to him as anyone else. He has cooperated fully with the investigators in this case and is as afraid for Stacey as any of her other loved ones. Is Tony Brand a person of interest?
At this particular point, with the information that we have, nobody's been cleared, so everybody's a person of interest. But naturally, being the last person that we have confirmed to have seen her, we're obviously looking into that angle as well.
Besides the polygraph, is he cooperating?
Besides the polygraph, he's cooperated. He allowed us into his house on multiple occasions prior to us even going there with a search warrant. He's been cooperative up until that point of the polygraph.
And again, at this point, Deputy Sheriff Ford tells us authorities aren't even completely sure what kind of case they have.
Do you think there's foul play involved with her disappearance?
To be honest with you, I can't rule it out, and I can't say that it happened for sure with the information that we have at hand. So we're looking at all possible angles.
Is there any evidence that is helping point in any certain direction?
There is actually some circumstantial evidence that the Sheriff's Office has drummed up. We're working on several different theories in regards to that information, but I'm not at liberty to discuss that either.
Are you hopeful that an arrest will come?
I'm hopeful that either we find Miss Smart safe and happy and with a reasonable explanation for why she disappeared, and if that's not the case, I'm anticipating an arrest.
But for now, when the Smart family gathers around the table, the conversation will always circle back to the same sad topic.
What's the most difficult during this process?
Not having answers, just the feeling of my mother being lost. We need answers. Somebody has to know something.
The not knowing is cruel. It's cruel. It's the worst.
And what goes through your mind when you think about her?
Fears of what happened to her. Where is she at?
What's the family want most of all?
Closure.
However it may come.
Yeah, however it may come.
Once again, here are some images of Stacey Smart. She's 52 years old with blue eyes and blonde hair, 5 foot 8 inches tall and approximately 180 pounds. If you know any information about where she might be, call the NorCal Alliance for the Missing Anonymous tip line at 530-378-4491.